I'm a top 500 sidelock, solo queue celestial, and this is my settings guide. Alright, so I'm basically going to be showing you all the settings and what they do. If you want to test your settings, you can just click performance test, and it'll run like a simulation to test your settings. For display mode, if you have one monitor, I would recommend full screen, cuts the delay. But if you have two monitors, borderless is better because, you know, when stuff pops up on your second monitor, it's gonna glitch the game a little bit. So borderless is better if you have more than one monitor. Or anti-aliasing, it just smooths the game out, basically smooths the environment and the models. And then super resolution does the same thing. The more quality, the better. It just makes everything look better, make all the images better. Performance is better for low-end PCs. I would recommend performance or ultra performance depending on how terrible your PC is. It just boosts FPS but lowers the quality of everything. Now for sharpening, for super resolution sharpening, it's like a slider of how much quality you want. So the more you have it, the more quality you have. Most people have it at 100 because it doesn't affect FPS much, but if you're really low end PC, the lower it is, the less good it looks, but more FPS you get. For frame generation, a lot of it's available to a lot of GPUs, but it's not good for every GPU. For example, a 1660 Super is probably gonna delay a little bit when you have frame generation on. So frame generation can give you more frames, yes, but it can also cause a little bit of delay, which can impact your performance. I have it off only because I don't need frame generation, because clearly I have like 700 frames, but I could put it on and not delay because I have a high-end GPU. For low latency, I always have this on. It just basically makes the PC less delay. It like forces the GPU to connect directly to the game. It lowers and reduces the delay, boosts your performance. Limit FPS, if you have a higher resolution monitor, I would turn that off. Show FPS just shows you FPS in game like this on the top right corner. Network stacks shows it up here when you're in the game. VSync stops screen tearing, so it connects your PC and your game directly to your monitor, and it can prevent screen tearing, but it can also limit your FPS because it's connecting directly to the monitor inserts. I have it off because I don't screen tear, so it really depends on your monitor and your PC. You can test it, see which one works better for you. I have it off, I prefer off. Now graphic settings, you can press optimize and it automatically does it, but it's gonna optimize to the system's defaults. For me, playing with the settings, I like this better. For global illumination, just makes the lighting more realistic. Reflection, just more reflection in the environment. For model, it's like the characters and stuff like that. Post processing is just visual effects. Shadow is shadow. Texture is like the environment and the grass and stuff, like the lamps, all stuff like that. Effects is more like explosions and stuff, like fire. That's the effects. You don't need a lot of it, that's why I have it on low. I have shadow on low because you don't really need that. All the stuff I have on low or off, you don't need. Now audio settings, you can adjust the volume how you want. It is self-explanatory, so I'm gonna skip that. If you have headphones, wear headphones. If you have speakers, depending on what you use, it basically adjusts the audio according to what you're using. 3D enhancement, I have it off, but I could also have it on. It just basically gives you surround sound, so you have a better understanding of where the enemies are depending on their footsteps. This is a game with a lot of noise, so I have it off. There's never going to be a quiet moment where you're going to need to hear someone's footsteps. This is just effects for costumes. If you have it on, when you have a legendary costume, it's gonna use the default noise instead of the legendary costume noise. Same with voice lines. For input, this is just your microphone. Push to talk, open mic, self-explanatory. Voice chat volume just lowers everyone's volume in the game, and mic volume lowers your mic. Voice enhancement just basically automatically adjusts your microphone. I have it on just in case. And then voice chat, if you want to listen to your teammates, or if you want to turn it off, I would recommend having it on, because if you're in higher elo or you want to get to higher elo, you're gonna need a comm. Now combat mix, it's just how much you want to hear damage, stuff like that, being healed, how much you want that to be. It's all in here. The announcer, you can literally turn the announcer off if you want. You can have like, oh, I can hear crits louder, all of that. It's all right here. It's all the useless stuff, but not really useless. You can have in free cam when you spectate, you can have character voices and system voices on. You can also have it off when you spectate. You can have it default or you can have it small, depending on what you prefer. I have it on default because it doesn't affect me much in game. If it's too big for you, put it on small. If it's too small for you, then put it on large. Your allies health bar, default it's on, but you can turn it off. I would keep it on default because you kind of need to see your teammates health. And then from movement down is all your keybinds. Every keybind in the game is self-explanatory, so I'm not really gonna go through it, but if you want me to go through it, just ask me to go through it and I'll guide you through it. Going to UI, same thing. It's all self-explanatory. It's all keybinds. Same with communication and same with spectating. If you're playing on controller, I would recommend having vibration off because it can, you know, affect your aim a little bit when it's vibrating and you're trying to shoot someone. It could shake you up a little bit, so I would recommend having that off. I don't really know much about it, so I'm not gonna go through it. They have explanations, videos, and stuff like that. Most of them doesn't really matter unless you're talking about like aim assist and stuff. Social, so overview, visibility, statistics visibility, and history visibility. It's just who can view any of this. So if you want them to view your front page of your profile, for example, this is overview, this is statistics, and this is history. So they can view this and you can have who view this. I have it on friends only because I play in some tournaments and people will check the competition and see who you main, who you play best with, and target ban. So I have it on friends only. You can have it on everyone if you're just casual or if you don't really care. That's up to you. Avoid his teammate. You can manage who you want to avoid his teammate and you can manage your block list right here. To avoid his teammate, you basically want to go to a game, history, click it, click someone, and click avoid his teammate. For block list, same thing. You do that method and you can click block. And then this is how you check your network, when to diagnostic on your network. In-game pop-up tutorials basically gives you like little hints, tips while in game, depending on if you're new or not. I have it on because like sometimes new characters come out and I don't know much about it, and it's pretty useful, but it doesn't really affect me that much popping up, so I don't really care to remove it. Report issue or bug, this is how you report it. You can also delete your account here. You can change your allies color and you can change your enemy's color. You can change your health bar's color. You can change your shield color and you can change your warning color. This is all here. All basically color, anything with color is in accessibility. And that should be all the settings. It's all preference except for like specific stuff like display or, you know, raw input and keyboard. All that is pretty useful, highly recommended. And that's all for settings.